What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is your Knight and Protector Sane. I'm gonna try that YouTube intro for a little while. Anyways, I'm gonna revisit my Emerald Nuzlocke tier list because I looked at it again since it's been blowing up. I'm like, you know what? There's actually some things I need to change. I'm just wrong about. Like, there are some things that I'm wrong about, or some Pokemon I'm underrated, or like I have a tier, like I have them a tier lower, even though I like rate them good in my mind. So I'm like, there's some things I need to change. So I'm gonna do that. I've also adjusted some of the tiers a little bit. Did you bonk your head, buddy? So my dogs are with me, and my dogs just bonked instead of my chair. Anyways, I adjusted the tiers a little bit. I've got the event and post game Pokemon, not an Emerald, to adjust these Pokemon. I've also adjusted it to the Pokemon that are an Emerald. I think there's only one I'm missing, which is Duskull. Is Duskull an Emerald? I actually... This is the one I've missed. This is the one I missed. Are you an Emerald? You are! You're in Mount Power. Cool. Cool. So I have every Pokemon that is in Emerald in this list here. And I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to do this in two halves just so I can talk about them a little bit more in depth, but also not have the video be super long. I'm going to stop around, I don't know, somewhere in the middle of this line when I get to like the fire types and like Discarming. I'll stop here and then do the rest in the other video. The list I have, Emerald, obviously, okay. Rayquaza cannot be used in level cap Emeralds because level 60, so ignore it. The SS ban, Pokemon you should ban because it makes the game too easy and trivialized, and yeah. Called the SS ban because I think I'm funny. S tier is the hard carries, they're crazy. A plus is they have amazing matchups throughout the game and they are super, super strong. The A minus tier is their amazing early game, or they have amazing stats, or they have really good early game carry potential. The B tier is they are a very solid encounter. Good to have them. The C tier is they are a niche encounter, only useful for a couple things here and there. And the F tier is useless. Box it. If you get this encounter, box it. Like, I have to stretch to find niches for these Pokemon, so. This video is not actually sponsored to you, but is sponsored by Coca-Cola. Because I drink soda and it tastes good. And I'm not gonna rank these Pokemon in like these forms because whatever. Light Ball Pikachu, I don't care. I don't care. It's Raichu but better. I don't care. All right, Sceptile, amazing starter, has amazing matchups in the end game of this. This is Sapphire, not Ruby Sapphire. This is Emerald, not Ruby Sapphire, because I'll do those in a different video and how things change. Sceptile takes care of Roxanne. Great fine versus Brawly. Amazing versus Watson. Takes a little break from like Flannery through Winona. Amazing for Liz and Tate because you resist Earthquake. And then carries you through 1. Take it to the Elite 4. Okay, let me show you. Trico. Solos. Is fine here. Grovyle. Very useful here. Resisting Electric. Don't use it here. It's fine here. Don't use it here. Resist Ground is not weak to anything here. Special Tank is going to hits you super effectively, hits you super effectively, hits you super effectively. Watch out for the Xatu, I guess. Carries you through this gym. Then you go to the Elite 4. It's fine. It's fine. Don't get Ice Beamed. Not the best pick ever. And then can actually literally solo Wallace with the right moveset. With like Giga Drain, you take care of these 3. If you teach it like Aerial Ace, you kill Ludicolo. It can learn Earthquake to kill Tentacruel. And it can learn Rock Tomb to kill Gyarados, even though you'll be intimidated. So it can actually literally solo this entire gym. Or, I mean, you can just like Giga Drain everything, Giga Drain this, or I mean, you can use Aerial Ace if you want to. You can just Giga Drain everything, or like Sunny Day Solar Beam everything. And you're good. Except for like the Tentacruel is like the only thing. Just like Earthquake. I don't know. Hit it with something else. So amazing matchups through the board. Super solid Pokemon. Blaziken for Emerald goes in a minus. In Ruby Sapphire it's better. These two switch. But it has an amazing early game carry because you get it because of level caps. It will not be a Combuskin for Roxanne. So you have to worry about that. But you have Peck for Brawly, so you're hitting Brawly hard. Being able to hit the Magneton for super effective is like the greatest thing ever, and the whole reason why Watson is so scary is because this stupid Magneton. So Blaziken being able to hit it and Combusken being able to hit it super effectively is fantastic. Then you're gonna be fine against Flannery, probably gonna solo Flannery. Fighting type for Norman, and then your usage stops. From Norman on, your usage stops. You're weak to this, weak to this, weak to this. Good against this, immune. Weak to this, fine here, whatever. Weak to this, weak to this. So you stop. So it has a very hard cutoff. You're not even... Do you even use Blaziken ever? Is it actually ever a Blaziken? No, you never evolve it into Blaziken because you stop at 31. So you never actually see Blaziken itself. But Combusken is very nice for early game. And then it stops and you never use it again. Swampert is the first member of the SS band because guess what? He solos this gym. He can solo this gym. Watson is a run killer and one of the hardest gyms in Emerald and even just like Nuzlocke in general. And Swampert solos it. Solos this gym. Physical tank here. Can learn Ice Beam so it can solo everything here except for, look. Finally, we see a mandatory grass type trainer. And there's like 2 others before this, which is like your rival and some random trainer with a Roselia. Solos this gym. Honestly, just sits in the face of this gym, like whatever. It's like neutral, like whatever. Hey, look, 2 more mandatory grass type Pokemon. We've only seen like what, 1 of them so far? Literally 1 of them so far. Let's come down here. Are there any other mandatory grass types? Oh, there we go. So we've got 4, and then like a trainer. There's like a total of 7, and then Swampert beats everything else. So ban it. Mightyena, super amazing B tier. That's what to say that. Super solid B tier. Intimidate is great. Early game Dark type is nice. Bite for Roxanne. Skip Brawly. It's going to be fully evolved for Watson. So you just have like a good stat Pokemon for Watson, which is nice. And then you have Intimidate, Shuffling, and like Swagger for other Pokemon. Like Intimidate, Shuffling here is nice. Intimidate, Shuffling here is nice. It is the single best Pokemon in the game to bring against Lizzentate. Because you intimidate the Claydol, make his Earthquake squishier, or weaker. What am I trying to say? And then you're immune to the Psychic, so they all have to use their other moves. So you can even like pivot with like, and then it's gonna hit hard with Shadow Ball, even though special attack is not great. So it's like you can do like Stab Crunch with Black Glasses, and it's gonna hit pretty hard. Or you just use a Shadow Ball to hit Psychic types instead, and then you can use like Strength. So it's not the most offensively capable thing ever, but just intimidate. Dark typing, immunity. You can even do like Swagger. Like you can Swagger everything here. Besides the Claydol, you can just Swagger these 3 and make them confused, and then like pair with like a any electric type to paralyze them, and you can. Yeah, it's got some great uses. Very nice B tier. Linoon. It can belly drum sweep the Elite Four, but it can also be ruined if they land a crit on you. When you're setting up your belly drum, and you do not get belly drum until like level 55. So for the rest of the game, you have Linoon, who is just very average. No good matchups across. No really like good matchups anywhere. A couple bad matchups against like Brawly, and it's resisted by Roxanne, but you're still hitting Roxanne for like decent amount of damage. Just because you get a headbutt early on, so you're like early game stab headbutts, give it a Silk Scarf. And it's pretty nice. And it's like pretty average for the entire game. Until you get Belly Drum. Beautyfly is good for exactly Brawly, and that is about it. So it's got a niche for that in one gym. And it's like got Absorb, I guess, for Roxanne. So you just like take it because it's something to hit. It can like one-shot the Geodudes. And then you get to the... you get to the Nose Pass, and you probably just die to the Nose Pass, honestly. But Dustox is actually really solid. I used to think it was just a niche, but it's actually got some like pretty good matchups. You've got Confusion for when you're not quad weak to rock like Beautyfly. You have Confusion for Roxanne's gym, so you can hit all the rock types neutrally. Then you go to Brawly, and you're just walling the shit out of Brawly, and you're hitting it with Confusion. You're a fully evolved Pokemon who has Protect, and I think you have Moonlight for Watson, so you've got some nice stuff you get there for Watson. And then you can teach it Toxic, and Toxic and Protect stall out Norman's very scary slacking. Where's Norman? You can toxic stall and protect stall on the slacking and completely ruin it. So it's a very nice niche. And then you never see it again, ever again after that. But it's got some nice. It almost looks like Blaziken of how useful it is for some of the early gyms. So don't sleep on Dustox, man. It's pretty good. I used to have it like C tier, like a niche, but it's. I just realized, like, you know, it actually is just better for some of this stuff than it is realized to be. So, like, you actually just invalidate the slacking, which is so cool because you learn protect by level up. Ludicolo. If Lombre didn't suck. If Lombre didn't suck, this thing would be A plus tier. But Lombre sucks, and so you get it early in the game, and your Lombre isn't doing anything for you. Like, you literally, all you do is you take care of Roxanne, and then you just, like, bench it until you can evolve it into Ludicolo, give it, like, Surf and Giga Drain, which is, like, right here. Like, once you hit Lesentate, it can solo pretty much everything here except for Xatu. It solos this gym. It's fine here, fine here, fine here. It can learn Ice Beam and smack most of this, and it can, like, Swift Swim, Giga Drain, slap this entire gym here, or this entire champion. So very, very solid. If it didn't suck, so it's kind of like a Linen situation. Let me put it right here. It's like a Linen situation. It's bad early game, not bad early game, but it's not very good early game, and then it comes back way harder at the end. But Linen is at least better early on and comes back not as good at the end and not as early at the end, while Ludicolo shows up later on, or a little bit earlier, right at Lizzitate, and is very, very amazing. And Shiftry is like slightly better Ludicolo. Nuzleaf is a little bit better than Lombre just because it resists Watson's electric types, so that's actually really great. Don't use it against Brawly, use it against Roxanne. And then you don't see it again until Lizzitate, where it's even better against Lizzitate because it's a dark type and it's immune to Psychic and resist Earthquake. And then it just becomes an amazing Chlorophyll Sweeper. Just leave it like Sunny Day, Solar Beam, Feint Attack, or Shadow Ball. And I don't know what else you want to do with it. And same things as the Ludicolo. It's like if it came later, it would have these matchups, and if it was better early on, it would be better. But they just don't have moves. Like Nuzleaf and Lombre just like don't have moves, which is it holds them back so hard. Swellow can just blow up everything. Guts boosted Silk Scarf Facade just blows up the game. Don't use it against Roxanne, and don't use it against Watson, and everything else it is good against, because you can get Steel Wing and it can smack Lunatone and Solrock, and smacks everything. Like there's and don't use it against Glacia, I guess. It's gonna one shot the Glalie. It's gonna one shot these Glalies anyways. It's gonna like one shot like everything except for like the Wall Rain. So yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Pelipper is amazing first encounter. It's takes care of most of the gyms early on. Again, don't worry about Watson, but you've got Water type for this. You've got Flying type for this. Don't use it here. Water type for this. It's fine here, I guess. And then you can teach it Shockwave, which is super cool. And it'll take care of Swablu, take care of Skarmory, take care of Pelipper. It can even teach it Ice Beam at this point and take care of Tropius and Altaria. So Pelipper can solo Winona, which is crazy cool. Immune to Earthquake, and it can fire back with Surf, so it's really nice here for Claydol, and its Surf is going to hit really hard against Lunatone and Solrock. Xatu, you can Ice Beam it, or Shockwave it. And then Juan, you're a Water type, so you resist all the water, and you Ice Beam this, you Shockwave this, you Shockwave that, you Shockwave this. You're probably still Shockwaving this. And you can like Ice Beam this, so you can just kind of sit on this. And then Elite Four, you're fine here, nothing special. You got Ice Beam here, and then here you've got that same Shockwave shenanigans. Water type with Shockwave is crazy. Water type that can use an electric type move is crazy. We'll talk about where are you? We'll talk about Starmie later. Gardevoir. Gardevoir is one of these A- Pokemon. Amazing stats, special wall, no good matchups really besides Brawly. It's just neutral against literally everything. It's not good against Lizzitate. And then at the end, there's don't use it against these two, but these two are pretty easy. And then it's just like a special wall for Glacia. It's fine against Drake, nothing crazy. And then it's a special wall against Wallace, which is pretty nice. So it's a nice, very solid A tier. Kadabra, Alakazam do similar things. If only they had more coverage, they could be better. Because you kind of just like Psychic and like maybe Shockwave and like maybe Thief. You're probably just like Calm Mind, Psychic setup, and that's kind of all you do. You could keep Teleport honestly just to run away from wild encounters and stuff. It's not much different. Kadabra obviously doesn't hit as hard as these two, but it still does basically the same job. I don't think I want to pull it down to like B tier or anything. Like maybe I can. Let's just check Kadabra's stats. Cause I feel like it still just hits hard. Like it doesn't hit as hard as those two do, but like still has 120 and 105 and 120. That's still just really good. So it's still just it's still just here. It's not that much different than like Alakazam. Like it's like a weaker Alakazam, but still does like the same job. So there we go. Breloom, amazing fighting type that also resists water. That sounds awesome because guess what? Grass typing for this, neutral here. Grass type resist here. Super cool. What level does Breloom evolve at? Forgot this. 23. You miss it by like one. Don't you like miss it? Yeah. Oh no. 23. You could have a Breloom here. So Breloom is fantastic against Watson. Forgot about that. So guess what? You have Breloom Mach Punch against Magneton. Breloom's amazing here. Skip this, Jim. You're gonna smack Norman. You can just kind of blow up Norman, and then you take a hiatus real quick. Don't use Breloom against Winona. Don't use Breloom against Lizzie. And then guess what? You resist water. Is weak to fighting. Even though your special attack sucks, this thing's still gonna drop to like an Earth, to like a Giga Drain. If Breloom's the only grass type you take, and resist water, and your Mach Punch is gonna smack it before it's like setting up any double teams or anything. Because you have priority. Oh, and Love This just sucks, so. Then we come to Elite Four. Guess what? Weak to fighting. You know, whatever. Here is where you do some Spore shenanigans if you wanted to stall its level up and get Spore, which I don't think is worth it. And then you come into Wallace, and hey, everything I said about Juan. Except for they're not weak to fighting, but you resist fighting, and everything else is going to take a lot of damage from a Mach Punch. So Breloom, it's pretty A-okay. I'm going to put it above Sceptile. I think it's overall a little bit better than Sceptile. No, I'll keep it down here just because there's going to be other fighting types here, just to keep it like together. But like grass type, but fighting, super strong. Also, its attack stat is huge, so really, really strong. Slacking is an amazing stat Pokemon. I don't care that I can't move I have to not move every other turn because you can just one-shot things on the turn you move. Even Slackoth hits hard, Vigoroth hits hard, Vigoroth is going to hit Watson pretty hard. So very nice. Neutral matchups across the board, nothing it's scared of. Amazing attack, amazing HP, amazing bulk, very good move pool. You have Slackoth to recover, so when you're not able to move a Truant, you can just slack off and heal. It's fantastic. It could be annoying to use, but it's fantastic. It's so strong. Ninjask, it's like one and only niche. Its offensive prowess is like not there. Its speed boost doesn't really matter because you're so fast, and even then being that fast doesn't really help that much. It's one and only niche is like Baton Pass. It's like speed boost, substitute. I don't know what else you use in Baton Pass. I don't know if it gets like Swords Dance or something. Let me just like come down here. Moves. What do you learn? You do learn Swords Dance. Okay, so yeah. And you don't get Baton Pass to level 45, so you are not going to be able to use this strategy until Juan. So it definitely is a risky strategy. But you can do... I would honestly just... Because it has speed boost, right? Yeah. So it has speed boost. So this is what you do. You... With Ninjask, you have Baton Pass, Swords Dance, Double Team, and then... I don't know, Fury Cutter. Fury Cutter or Aerial Ace just so it can actually like use an attack. I don't know what else you would do. And you just like Swords Dance. Or you could teach it like Substitute. Where's Substitute? Oh, is there not a Substitute TM? So never mind. You're using a double team, Swords Dance, speed boost, and baton pass, and you just pass something and you like have a niche, but it doesn't. You can't do it for so long in the game, and it's just like not good until then. So like otherwise it'd be like useless. Shedinja, ban it because its ability is just cheesy. Unless you're playing a game blind, it's just cheesy. It's so cheesy. Just don't do it. Exploud is a very horrible archetype, which is like decently strong hitting Pokemon with no speed and not a lot of bulk, and they just don't work out. I don't care how hard he can possibly hit. There's just like he's not able to take hits, and he has to if you're gonna be that slow. So yeah, too slow. Hariyama, a lot of great things I've been saying about Breloom and like Blaziken, except for not having a water weakness. Hitting Magneton for super effective is awesome. You can have Thick Fat and be really good against Flannery, or you can have Guts and just be stupid strong, like I've been talking about with Swellow. Very good against Norman. Again, you take your hiatus here, and then you come back here, and you're fine. I mean, these two are weak to fighting, and you're just going to hit really hard. You can even pair with, like, an electric type. Like, you can do a really fun combo of, like, Manectric, who has Thunder Wave, and if Manectric is at low health, you just Thunder Wave things, and, like, Thunder Wave Roar or something. You just keep Thunder Waving everything, and then Hariyama comes out and Smelling Salts, and just is smacking things so hard. It cures for paralysis. You want to hit it again. Like, you want to hit it first and then Smelling Salts, but there's, like, some cool stuff you can do with it. And then Fighting type is really good for these two. You're fine here. You're not doing anything special here. Nothing special. So, really amazed. Got some really amazing matchups. It kind of floats between these two, but it's got some really nice matchups. Fighting types, very useful. So, Hariyama's great. And some amazing abilities as well. Seeking's got a pretty good niche. So, you get a Goldeen in Dewford. After Dewford Town, you get the old rod, and you go to the city where Norman is. You fish for Goldeen, and it has Peck and Horn Drill, which is pretty nice, really just for Brawly, and then like not very good against Watson. And then after that, it's kind of not useful anymore. But there's a time where it's useful because Horn Drill is gonna hit pretty hard. If only it had Lightning Rod, it would be so amazing if it had Lightning Rod because it was just sit in Watson's face. But unfortunately, it doesn't. So pretty good. Always ban Gyarados and Nuzlocke. Gyarados is stupid. You get Magikarp stupid early. It's also guaranteed. I don't rank off guaranteed encounters, but just... Special tank with Intimidate and hits really hard. I don't care that doesn't have coverage because its strength is going to hit stupid hard with that massive attack and like Earthquake and... Oh, stupid. So stupid. So stupid. Absolutely ban it. Like, ban it. Like, before you ban Swampert, ban Gyarados. That's literally how I feel like. And Swampert carries you through hard matchups. That's just how annoying Gyarados is. Not really. I feel like you should ban Swamp. I don't know. Just ban them both. Don't use them. Azumarill has huge power, which is okay. It doesn't really have the moveset for it. It's attack. And huge power, like, on Azumarill isn't that great. It goes to, like, 100 attack, which is, like, pretty good. It's, like, bulky and has pretty good attack. And you don't have a lot of moves for it. You don't have, like, Belly Drum to boost anymore. It's really only good for... It's not sure. It's not only good for... It's good for Roxanne. It's the best Pokemon you can get for Roxanne. Besides, I guess, any of the grass types. So it's not the best. It's a good Pokemon for Roxanne. It's fine against Brawly, whatever. Don't use it against Watson. And then Flannery... Fine. It's fine against Norman. You're... probably not using it here because you're not like ice beaming unless you're like doing rollout, like huge power rollout, which is fine. I don't know exactly what you'd be using it for here. It's pretty fine against one, and you're resisting, and you're just gonna answer back with neutral attacks, and kind of the same thing for the rest. So I think I will pull it in the B tier. It's just like it's a very average Pokemon. I had it in the C tier before, but it's not as much of a niche. It's more just like it's like a decent encounter. Huge power is pretty okay. Not the best move pool, but huge power and it's good bulk is pretty nice. So I'm going to put it in the B tier. I'll just keep it right here with the water type. Hey, you're water type. You get it right there. Maybe like this. I don't know. Sure. Sure. Graveler is a super, super good carry early game. You can get one in Mount or Granite Cave, and then you can just solo Watson with it. So That is a huge feat. And then it's also really good for Flannery, really good for Norman, and pretty solid against Winona. Obviously, watch out for Tropius, watch out for Pelipper, and watch out for the Earthquake. But if it has Sturdy, you can like still hit the Earthquake back pretty hard. So it is in pretty good against Winona. And then after that, its usage drops off. So Golem and Graveler aren't around for super long on your team, kind of like Blaziken. But when they are, they're so useful. Like, they can actually just carry through. Just being able to carry through Watson is so nice. And, like, Geodude's, like, magnitude early on is so strong. You can just, like, oops, I Earthquaked. Nose Pass is actually useless. It's the stupidest encounter. You should actually never get... You should never actually get Nose Pass in a Nuzlocke. But if you ever choose to, you have to, like, kind of choose to get it. And there's nothing it does. Like, nothing. Literally nothing. It's so utterly useless. Delcatty's stats are so awful. I don't care that it has decent coverage, I guess, maybe. It sucks, man. It sucks. Crobat is another really amazing stat Pokemon. Good type, no bad matchups except for Liz and Tate. It's very bad against Liz and Tate. But other than that, everything's just kind of neutral. It's just like and against Watson, it's the issue. So it's like, I think it's a little bit worse than the Psychic types just because you've got a couple more matchups that you're not good against. Like, you do have a couple bad matchups, but I gotta keep you kind of just here with these other guys. Like, good for most of the game, pretty bulky, you're fast. Can't go wrong. You might get a Zubat if you do. Just evolve into Crobat, use it for a while. It's good. Tentacruel. Where do I have Tentacruel? Not in C tier, sorry. I have to pull up my old list. I think I keep it in the B tier. Its moveset's really bad for a while. Even though you get it early, it's like you can't really do anything with it until Flannery when it gets Bubble Beam finally. It's going to solo that gym. Cool. Against Norman, it's not that great because it doesn't have very high special attack. It's only like 80. So you don't have Surf yet, so like Bubble Beam is like, it's okay against Norman. At that point, you're just like going for Ice Beam against Winona to Ice Beam, a couple things here. It's bad against Liz and Tate because it's not going to hit hard enough and it's going to take so much damage from it's going to die to his Earthquake, and these Psychics are going to hit it harder than its Surf will hit this, to be honest. Like, it's not very good against Liz and Tate at all. And it finally becomes useful against Juan, and then again in the Elite Four, it's really only useful against Glacia. You can Ice Beam things here, and then it walls this, and I don't know exactly what you're gonna do offensively against like Juan and Wallace, but it finally has that wall potential. So I'm gonna put it in the B tier. I'm gonna keep it below Azumarill though. Like, this is where a little bit of ordering will come in. I think Azumarill is just a better water type. Ludicolo is just better later. Tentacruel, just being a poison type just doesn't help, man. Being a poison type just kind of takes away all of the times that you'd want to be a water type for the rest of the game. And it's fast, it's got good special defense, but its special attack is weak. It's not very strong. Everyone talks about Tentacruel like it's so cool. At least it does get Barrier later on, so you could just be like an amazing wall, and I guess like Toxic. You like Barrier, Toxic, rest with the Chesto Berry, and like, I don't know, Surf. I guess. Sabla's got a niche, and that niche is it's good against Brawly. It is fine against Watson, and then it is no longer useful because its stats suck. Its move pool is not that great. Its Shadow Ball is going to be weaker than like a Mighty and a Shadow Ball or anything else. So I'll put it at the top of C tier because it's like absolutely solos Brawly. Like, Brawly cannot touch it, literally. I don't think Brawly can touch it like at all. And then it's like fine against Watson. It's like the only Pokemon here that's like actually good against Watson. Because like Explode Whismur just sucks so bad. And then it's no longer useful again, just because its stats do not carry. Like, if you take it against Norman, it's just gonna get Faint Attack, then it's gonna die. It's gonna get one shot, so it's pretty bad. Mawile, you don't get Mawile until Victory Road and Emerald. In Ruby Sapphire, it's definitely a little better because having a Steel type with Intimidate early is nice. And for you get in Victory Road, and for here, it's gonna resist everything here. It's a Steel type that resists here. Intimidate Shuffling here is cool. Steel type that resists the Ice types, and a Steel type that resists things that Intimidate Shuffles. It has Baton Pass and like Iron Defense, so it's just like Ninjask, because like it's like a Baton Passer for the end game. So you've got like the offensive Baton Passer and the defensive Baton Passer, and you're passing around Intimidates, and that's like their only use. Aggron is a niche because his typing, the rock typing, just takes away everything good about being a steel type because you're just weak to so many things. You're going to drop to Brawly. You're not going to be useful against Watson. You're going to be weak to... You're going to drop to Flannery. You're kind of useful against Norman, but the feint attacks are going to do so much damage to you because you don't have special defense. You're fine. Like your one good matchup is like Winona, but the Earthquake will just kill you because Earthquake is 4 times effective against you. So, and Pelipper will kill you too. You're going to drop to Earthquake here. Not useful here. You wall these guys. You wall these guys. You're going to lose to the water types here. You wall this unless there's Earthquake. So, it's a niche. It is like a very select few matchups that is a wall for, and the rest it's not a wall. Like, it's not very good. It has like no good attacking moves. Like Rollout and Metal Claw are your best moves. I've been talking about Thunder Wave. And electric types and Thunder Wave spam from Manectric is awesome. You are also an electric type that can set up Howl and Quick Attack on Watson, just because he's going to be, like, you could just kind of tank the electric type attacks. You have to worry about, like, Sonic Boom from Magneton, so it's not the best answer ever, but you can still just, like, you can set up Howls when you're Electrike and, like, Howl Quick Attack and do some stuff there. You're not going to get paralyzed, so it's nice. And then electric types are very, very handy later on. Just passing Thunder Wave against people like Norman and stuff is great. You're a great answer for Winona. I mean, Tropius is whatever. And then the Earthquake here is a little scary, but you can like Thunder Wave and leave. You can like Thunder Wave and just get out of there. You'll take care of pretty much the rest here. If you have an answer for the Claydol, Thunder Wave here is cool. And then electric type is really great for Juan and Wallace. And Thunder Wave spam here. You're going to be great against Glacia, so very, very strong. Amazing matchups across the board. Electric is super nice. Very typical, like, simple electric type. Plusle and Minun, however, have Thunder Wave and Stab Thunderbolt, but they also have Encore, which is super cool. Not only Encore, they have more support utility with Helping Hand for Liz and Tate, because you can do Helping Hand Crunch or something, and one-shot the Claydol. So there's ways to one-shot the Claydol with Helping Hand. And you also have, like, Agility Baton Pass, so you've got some more support. You can, like, Thunder Wave something. You can, like, Thunder Wave, Thunderbolt, Agility Baton Pass, and that's a great... I already went Encore somewhere in there. But that's a great moveset right there, so something like that. It's very nice support movesets while also being good offensive electric types. These two are pretty freaking awesome. And their stats are, like, basically the same. Right? It doesn't matter which one you have. Volbeat has a semblance of a niche. You get it for Watson, and it has Moonlight and Confuse Ray, which can be nice for Watson, and then eventually it gets Tail Glow, but to raise its special attack, but a special attack is bad, so I don't really know what you're doing with it. If only it got Baton Pass. Why is there a band called Volbeat? That's so weird. That's so weird. I just want to show you guys. Like, so it gets Tail Glow, which double special attack, but like, I don't care. It does have Signal Beam, which is physical, so that 73 attack stab Signal Beam is pretty okay. Like, it's Helping Hand later, and it does learn Protect. Unfortunately, it learns Protect too late, so you won't have Protect versus Norman, I don't think. Or do you? Do you? You do. You're okay, actually. So you're kind of like Dustox. You can have Protect for Norman, and you can, like, Confuse Ray and Toxic. So you can do that same thing that Dustox can do here, which is pretty cool. You have Moonlight for recovery, Signal Beam. And if you, like, want to do Tail Glow, you could do, like, Tail Glow, Shockwave, Thunderbolt. Oh god, don't use Tail Glow. But it's got some things you can do. While Illumise just doesn't. Illumise just doesn't have this stuff. It has a special attack, but it doesn't have Tail Glow. And as for moves, it doesn't have Confuse Ray. It still has Moonlight and Wish. So Moonlight and Wish are nice. For like literally the Watson fight only, it doesn't get Protect. It does get Encore, but you have to level up in the middle of the Watson fight to use it. So its niche is just worse. So I'm still gonna put it in the F tier. Like, if you do have it, it does have a very, very slight semblance of a niche, but it's worse. It's just so much worse. I had to put it in. I don't think I can put it here with these guys. It's like literally only useful for Watson. That's it. It's not even useful versus Watson. Vileplume, being a grass type but not resisting ground kind of sucks. Just to like for the Claydol matchup, and you're just weak to Liz and Tate, and you'd love to take a grass type here against like these three. But you're great against one. You're not really good against anything else. But you have Gloom for Watson, which is an amazing matchup there. And then grass type for the rest of the game is pretty solid. So kind of like these guys, you know, you come in at end game, you can be like a Chlorophyll Sweeper like Shiftry. But you have a really nice matchup against Watson, and that's kind of your niche. You know, that's kind of what you do. That is what you do. That's all you really do. I'll put you here, like water types, grass types, water types, poison, whatever. I guess I could put you above. No, something like that. But if you get Gloom, don't evolve it to Vileplume. Instead, evolve it to Blossom, who is fantastic. This is the set you should be running with Blossom. It learns Sleep Powder by level up, which will have Sleep Powder for Watson. Teaches Sunny Day, Solar Beam, and Sludge Bomb. I call it the SSSS because there's 4 S moves. Sun Sweep, just a bunch of S's, is the stupid name I have for it. Sludge Bomb is gonna hit pretty hard. You got some nice coverage there. You could also get rid of Sludge Bomb and do like another move. I don't want to look at the moves it has, but you can do like another move like Giga Drain or something. But you set up Sludge Bomb, or you set up Sunny Day, and you can. So your Gloom is great here, and then you have Sunny Day Sweep for Liz and Tate. You resist the Claydol. It's Earthquake and can kill it with a Solar Beam next turn or something. Can kill these things with Solar Beam. Could sleep out of the Xatu, things like that. Or maybe you can't because it has Magic Bounce, I don't think, or something like that. But so just like worry about the Xatu, and you're really good against this gym. Sunny Day Sweep the crap out of this gym. Try to get Sleep Powder on the Kingdra before it starts double teaming. And then for this, I mean, nothing special here. I guess take your Crawdon. You can still like Sunny Day, Sleep Powder, everything here. Don't worry about the Ice Beams, but your Sunny Day Solar Beam is going to do really good here still. Still very good. Sunny Day, you can Sleep Powder, all of these things here, and then Sunny Day Sweep. Very effective against Wallace, so easy A tier to me. Swala is an amazing tank pivot, but being a poison type is not too special. Good defenses, good coverage. You've got like Stockpile, which doesn't raise its defenses. I remember that. It doesn't raise defenses, but Stockpile times 3 Spit Up is going to hit for so much damage. So it's got some good damage. It's got some good tankiness. Very solid. Not great matchups, but just a great tank. I'm going to grab the other poison types. Muck is somewhat similar tankiness. Not as much of a tank, but has more offensive power, but less coverage. So you can do like Minimize, Focus Punch. Really good build for Muck. Its Sludge Bomb is going to hit really hard. Then we have Weezing, who is the best poison type by far. And I want to pull it like away from the rest. Kind of here. I guess I'll do something like this. Yeah, I'll do something like this. Whatever, I'll leave Tentacle there. No, not ordering, but Weezing is the best poison type because it's not weak to ground. So some of the bad matchups later, like the Earthquakes from like Altaria, it's actually really good. It's actually a nice Pokemon to take against Altaria because it can't Dragon Dance Earthquake you. It can set up Dragon Dances, but you can poison it, or you can burn it, or you can do like Rain Dance Thunder and hit it pretty hard. It's got some nice coverage moves, so Weezing's really solid. And you also have Self-Destruct and Explosion too. If you're scared about a Pokemon like if you're really scared about this Altaria, you don't think you're gonna be able to beat it and it's gonna sweep your team, you can just Explosion here. You can Explosion here against these two with a Ghost type next to you or Protect User. You can explode on Kingdra. Anything here, like the Scary Warlord or Milotic, I guess maybe. You can the Scary Kingdra, things like that. You've got some things you can do there. So Weezing's pretty nice. Machoke, if it had better stats, would be higher up. But Fighting type is so great. If it came earlier, it'd be a little nicer. And Guts is great, but its stats, it's just bulk isn't really there. So I'm gonna pull it down to B tier, purely just because of the stats. But Machamp has the amazing stats and has amazing Fighting type matchups that it's spectacular and comes up here. A little bit worse than the other ones just because they have the early availability in the Watson matchup, but it's still super strong. Still super solid. Machoke, yeah, just it kind of sits here in B tier. It could maybe be up here, maybe. If you got it earlier, it would be. Being a fire type is not very good There's really just not matchups for you to be useful in as a fire type. If we look here, like nothing. It's like the Skarmory and the Tropius, I guess, are really your only matchups that are good. Because there's just, yeah, there's no use for a fire type. So they're very, very niche. Ninetales is the best because at least you're fast and can, like, throw out Will-O-Wisp or something. That's it. That's all you got. And Torkoal's at least, like, tanky for Norman. Magcargo, just, there's the water types just destroy these two like crazy. Yeah. There's just not space for them. And Grumpig will be the last one of this video. Grumpig, yeah. Grumpig is a nice, bulky psychic type. It's kind of like these two. It's like a worse version of Gardevoir. It also comes later. But it's got some good bulk to it. It's not too slow. It's got more coverage. You can teach it like, I think it has a little bit more coverage, but it's just like it's good bulk. It's pretty good pivot. Psychic types are fine. Nothing crazy. Nothing special really. Just like a very average, solid encounter Pokemon when you get it. So I think B tier is perfect. All right, so I'll cover the rest, Sandslash through the rest, in the next video, and hope you guys like it. See you next video.